Meet Alyssa Hunter, a young horsewoman remarkably skilled at riding on, handling, caring for, training, and managing horses, and a friend. This is Alyssa Hunter. I'm going to talk to her today on this Common Man Adventure vlog about what she's doing. I've known her for, I don't know what, 5 or 6 years.
5 years.
I'm really impressed with this young lady. She's started out as a trainer here, and she's moved on to kind of starting her own business called Alyssa Hunter Equestrian, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She has, and part of that, well, she trains. Well, I'll let you tell me what you're doing with this.
Well, right now I am just giving lessons and riding horses out here, but really what I'm trying to do is travel and learn as much as I can. So I dropped out of college a few years ago to do this, and I'm trying to kind of like get my own education out in the field. So what I do is I will do this like partially as a career to make money, but then once I save up enough money, then I'll go and be a working student for other professional riders and learn as much as I can from them to make myself better.
What do you do if you don't just throw a saddle on them and get on them?
So it's kind of a process. So first you have to get them used to the tack, because a lot of times that scares them more than us actually being on top of them. So what we do a lot of times is we'll get a ring rope. Have you seen one of those?
Okay. Other than what you just told me about training, I know of a lot of what you're trying to do in establishing your business is letting people know that you train horses
Yes.
as well as humans. You can't have one without the other,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Yep. And we just before I came in here, you were talking to a young lady about her experience, and one of the things that came out in there was, because you were trying to train her too, is patience.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's important. But this horse here, is this one of your horses?
No, so this is one of Roger's horses. Her name is Roslyn, and she came here maybe 3 years ago, and at that time she was 6 years old, and somebody had tried to start her under saddle, like unsuccessfully, and I don't think they really did anything wrong, but she's just like very sensitive. So as they like tried to desensitize her, they accidentally traumatized her a little bit, and it just took a lot of years to really get her going. In the past few years that I've been out here, she's kind of been like at the barn on and off, and kind of all over the place. But just in the past few months, she's been very successfully started and is awesome to ride now. And I really enjoy her. I know Sarah does, Megan does, and it's just really nice to see that this horse that didn't have like a very good future ahead of her has really come along.
Okay, so she's obviously different today than when you first
Oh my
started
gosh,
working with
she's
her.
way different. She's way different. She would not, when I first started riding this horse, I was terrified to ride her, because when you would get on her, she would just like bunch up and was like just completely full of tension all the time, and was not like, would not pay attention to her surroundings or to you whatsoever. And when she would, then she would just like lose her mind a little bit. But now when you are around her, she's very game. She pays attention to you. She listens to you. She's relaxed. She obviously has a lot more trust in us than she used to, and now she's great to ride.
Okay. All right, and you are in the process. Well, you actually now have 3 horses of your
Yes,
own,
I do.
right? And what are you going to do with 3 horses?
Ride them. No, well, they're all for sale. So they're all for sale, and I'm trying to find them good homes. But while I have them, I ride them myself, and then I also use them in the lesson program so that they can get used to other people riding them and they can earn their keep a little bit.
And I was talking to you the other day, and you definitely are picky about who you
I am.
sell
Yeah.
your horses to.
I will not sell them to just anybody. I'd probably be a better salesman if I were a little bit more sleazy. But
Well, I don't like that word, but I know what you mean.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I feel like it's not going to be a successful match, even though I do want to sell the horses and want them to have good homes, and like obviously I want the money, if I think it's going to be unsuccessful, then I won't do it.
So successful match is what you're.
That is what I mean.
Both
'Cause
have
it's
to get along with each other.
Exactly. It's important to me that like the rider and the horse are a good match and that they're going to be okay together.
As a, for instance, the thing we were talking about yesterday was you had a 4-year-old horse that somebody was wanting for a 6-year-old person, and
Yes.
that doesn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Too much unknown in both
Exactly.
situations.
Yeah, I'm not going
Right?
to sell a baby horse to a tiny rider.
Right. So, what are your ultimate goals with Alyssa Hunter Equestrian?
Well, I really just want to become the best rider that I can possibly become. And then along with that, I also just want to be a successful businesswoman and to be able to give successful lessons to people and successfully train their horses and my horses.
Now, obviously, to do this, you've had to have training on your own. So,
Yeah. So, for example, like every single day, like I'll read as much as I can about horses and like try to learn as much as I can about their diet, their conformation, just like everything that I can. I also have worked with a lot of good trainers. Like out here, I've worked with Sarah a ton. She's just the best. I love her.
Sarah
Sanders. Yeah. She's awesome. And Roger Davis. Really couldn't do anything without those two. And then I've also rode with a few other professionals that have really, really helped me. Riding with Denny Emerson last year was amazing. And his dressage coach, Lyndall Sutton, she helped me a lot and sent me to another rider that I rode with that I loved.
And for those of you who don't know those names, they're all on, you can do a Google search and find out information about all of them. They're very prominent, well-known
They are, yeah.
trainers.
Yeah, and they're just awesome. And I definitely, as I grow older, I hope to pay it back and help other people the way that everybody's helped me. Good, so big trot and elbows back, shoulders back. Good, and after it slow with your core, don't turn. Good trot. And then once you get in that forward side, let's do a big trot circle. So wait first. Outside leg. Look where you're going. Just a little bit of break. Good. And let's change your posting diagonal now that you've changed directions.
I think my saddle's loose.
Okay, go ahead and take your saddle.
So, any final words you want to say about what you're trying to accomplish with your
Yeah.
goal here?
So, what I would say is to anybody else who's trying to do this, my advice would be don't go to college. I think that you'll have a better experience going straight out into the field and kind of trying to do what I'm doing, where you learn from these professionals and actually see how these barns work and kind of make it for yourself. And that might not be applicable to everybody, but just from what I have learned for myself is that was not a productive way to spend my time or money, but this has been. And in the past few years of doing this and working for these trainers, I've learned a lot.
Just from the last, well, you were here all the time at one point, and suddenly you disappeared. Where'd
Yeah.
you go when you disappeared?
Okay, well, I managed this barn for a few years, and that was a great experience. And after managing this barn, I've just got to say, I can do anything after managing this barn with 80 horses and something always going on and all of the cows. But I just realized that I wanted to move more from a barn management position to a trainer position. And that is when I started traveling, and I went across the country to the East Coast and learned some there, and then like just have been traveling since then.
And you're going somewhere from here, right?
Yeah,
For this purpose, right?
for this purpose, yeah.
And where is that?
So I'm gonna go back to Vermont and ride with Denny Emerson again, just for a few weeks. And then I'm gonna be going to southern Spain and riding Iberian horses and trying to work on my dressage skills.
You're going to send some video or something from those places, right?
I will, yeah.
Okay. I intend to keep track of you. I'm telling you from my own personal experience with you, you're a great young lady. I see really positive things in your future. So those of you who look at this, if you ever come across Alyssa Hunter, you better hook up with her if you want to know about horses, because she's very knowledgeable, she's patient, and that's important in horses. So good luck to you, Alyssa.
Thank you, Ed. That means a lot.